Do you know what? You shouldn't be speeding. Morning, it's me. Wait, you got stuff on your face. Right, we're back once again for another video. Right, old axle strap. You've seen that in use many times. That is getting a little bit tatty, a little bit worn. So, safety first. Check this out. So this was sent in, purchased for us by Rob Wedge. Can you see it? So I've written his name on it. So this is now affectionately known as the Wedge. So this is my new axle strap. That's going in the pot. That can go in the skip because we don't want to use that. However, I've also got, and this person wants to remain anonymous. What that means is secret. Pixels on your face. So they're exactly the same straps, and I'm going to replace them all quickly before we go to work. I feel like Ace Ventura in that in Pet Detective or whatever. Right, I'm just going to quickly change all the straps, and then we're going to work. Don't go. Well, you know what to do. Go and get yourself a brew. What should we get today? Get yourself a sex on the beach. Had to come at some point, didn't it? Sex on the beach, or a beer, or a brew, or whatever. Right. Better, doesn't it? Arguably, I know some of you will go, why didn't you just do that when you're at the customer's car? I don't particularly want to turn up putting straps on the truck. It looks like it's my first day on the job, doesn't it? The customer will be like, yeah, he was reading the instruction book as well. Right, what I'm going to do, I'll get the truck fired up, do my walk around checks, my pre-use checks. When we're on the road, I'll talk to you in a minute. Bye. What have I got to tell you then? So, my vegan story. I never actually told you my vegan story in the last video because I ended up telling you about my dog. So, I thought I'd tell you the vegan story today. But firstly, let me tell you what we're doing. What are we doing? So, I got a call last week. Yeah, it was Friday last week, and it was a fellow, he's on holiday here. He's got a Civic. I think it's a Type R, I'm not sure, but it's lowered. And he said to me, oh, my clutch is gone. I'm here on holiday. Can you do recovery for me? Well, let me tell you a little thing about Sleaford. There aren't that many garages, so all the garages here are at least a week booked up. So he managed to get himself booked into Sawnby Motors, ironically, for today. So he said to me, could I take it for him? Now, his holiday is finished and he's gone home. So I don't know where he lives. Coventry, that's where he lives. He lives in Coventry. So he's not here anymore, but his car is obviously his pride and joy. I get that, I feel you, I know what you're saying. So we are gonna look after his car. Now I said to him, he was like, he's messaged me a few times, he was like, he's still going. I was like, yeah, mate, don't worry. You're booked in. We've got a full day today, everything's booked in. But I said to him, do you know what, mate? If you want, I'll film it, I'll stick it on YouTube, and then you can see how I treat your car, because it's lowered. It's going to be a bit of a challenge to get it on, but we'll do it, we'll get it done. Thinking about going and buying, it's quite an old spec, but a spec lift nonetheless, because I get quite a lot of jobs in Sleaford, right? So say like, I think I might have said this before, but say like Ethel breaks down in Lidl car park and she wants to go 400 yards up the road. I've got to take Ronnie into Lidl car park, which is just a bloody nightmare. Everyone sits there shaking their head at me. I'm sorry, I'll put it into small mode next time. And the irony is, when Ronnie was in that truck stop in Peterborough, it looked absolutely tiny next to the bigger boys. But he, when he's in Lidl car park, it looks bloody huge. So yeah, I do need something smaller for running around, and I found that there is a spec lift for sale. It looks relatively honest, it's quite low mileage, it's quite old, but do you know what? If it means I can get out and do these recoveries a bit quicker without having to go and get Ronnie out and without And also, I can put my prices down a little bit because obviously to take Ronnie is quite expensive. So yeah, stay tuned for that because I might be going to look at it this weekend, and if I do, I'll probably take you with me. I'll take you with me, and we'll go and we'll make a day of it. It's down in London, so we might have to. We'll go down to London, and you can come with me. Cockneys everywhere. Right. I'm going to put my tunes on. I'm going to have a drink of some high quality H2O. You look out the front and listen to some decent tunes. And I'll see you when we get to this lowered Civic and we'll try and get it on. Right, cheers guys, see you in a minute. Look out the front. Right, so I think he was staying somewhere down here, I think. There's M&A tyres. Right, I think it's down here. This is where my mirror got broke down here. This is where I ended up having to take evasive action to get away from a van or whatever. Right, this is it. This is it. So will this barrier just open, will it? Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, follow it round to the right. Oh, what a lovely place this is. Right, we're in. What a beautiful place. I've lived here ages and I didn't even know that this place was here. What a lovely, look, fishing lakes, everything. I don't like fishing, I think it's boring, but if you like fishing. So there's the car. Lovely bloke. Ah, this won't be a problem.
I just wanna dance and dance till I'm numb and I'm done and I'm ready to the ground. Can you feel it now? When we're dancing to the stars. I just wanna be someone you remember. Like the sun, can't you see my heart is sore and tender? And I just wanna dance and dance till I'm numb and I'm done. Now the rattling has just begun. Can you feel it now? When we're dancing to the stars. Can you feel it now? When we're dancing to the stars.
Yeah, we've had plenty of lower stuff than this on. When you get quite a lot of cars whose springs have failed, you know, like when the springs snap and they drop to the floor. Right, so the front's fine. We're clear on there. Ah, loads of room.
Can you feel it now? When we're dancing to the stars. Can you feel it now? When we're dancing to the stars.
Right, we're on. I'll get this strapped on with my brand new straps and I'll see you in a minute. Right, we're at Saunby's now. The guy came with me. He wanted to come, so he's here. I didn't film any of it. I didn't film any of us driving here. I've got a vegan story for you, which I'll tell you in a minute. I'm gonna get this unloaded. You're coming with me. Come on. Literally left you on the roof. Forgot to turn my PTO off. I can always tell when my PTO isn't on, is still on, because I struggle to get it in gear. That's like a little telltale. Right, gotta tell you this bloody vegan story, haven't I? I've been trying to tell you for 5 days. So apologies for not filming any of that. Oh my god, I thought that woman was going to step out. We're on our way back to base. So let me tell you about the bloody vegan. Right, when you do your driving test in a lorry, right, you do your lessons and you do it with, there's 2 students and 1 instructor. So there's like this, it's like this setup. But you do it in like a big truck. So I did it in Grantham. I arrived on day 1 and all the other like lorry drivers, they were all like big fat blokes. Like fagging their mouth, coffee with 6 sugars. Is that you know what I mean, don't you? Go to Thailand every year on holiday. What? Anyway, moving on, family friendly. There's kids going, why did you do that face, Daddy? Don't ask. Stop getting distracted. So I arrive, and on day 1, all these lorry driver instructors were like, wait till you meet your instructor. And I was like, all right, can't wait. Like, I'm sure they're a very competent person, whatever your issue is. Anyway, it turns out my lorry instructor, driving instructor, was not the same gender that they were born into. You follow me, fam? So basically, this lady was born a man, and there's something I'm going to tell you, and I don't want to sound judgmental because I know that we all move on and it's a modern world and everything, but lorry drivers are not quite as accepting as like me, arguably you, like a lot of people. Like, I don't really care. My rule is this, right? I don't care what your genitals are, and I don't care where you want to put your genitals or do what you want with them. Do what you want. Just do your job. Can you do your job? I don't care if you identify as a man, a woman, a toaster, an attack helicopter. I don't care what you identify as long as you do your job. So if you're a toaster, toast some bread. Don't really care, just do your job, right? If your decision to no longer be the gender that you were born into then starts to affect other things like your job, and you can't do your job, and as a result other people have to do your job for you, then do you know what, mate, get in the seat. Like, I'm not interested. Just, you can be whatever gender you want, just do your job. Don't be lazy. Hate crikey, I hate laziness. Sure enough, along comes, I can't remember her name now, but let's call her Elizabeth. So Elizabeth comes along. Now what I'll say about Elizabeth is she was a beautiful woman inside, but on the outside she still looked a little bit like like manly hands, veiny hands and stuff, and it was quite obvious. Now I don't care, like, do you know what, like I said, I don't give 2 shits. She was doing her job, and that's class. However, I then meet the other student right? So the other student of my thing comes along, and he's like, "Hi guys, I'm Gary, and I'm a vegan." So I was like, "Hi Gary, the vegan." Okay. At this moment in time, I did not judge vegans either. However, let me just explain something to you. When you're on your driving lesson in lorries, what they generally do is you drive up and down the A1, and you go to we'd go to round Grantham, we'd drive up the A1 to a truck stop, swap over, then we'd drive to Newark, and then the other person would drive around Newark, and then we'd drive on the A1, and we just did that for 4 days or whatever. When you go into a truck stop with a lady who isn't necessarily convincingly female, and you go into these places where everyone's chewing on bricks, and they're eating full English, and 6 sugars in a tea and all that, and they are not very accepting of change. That was quite difficult. However, imagine then going to the counter to order your full English breakfast, which is all you're allowed to order when you're a lorry driver, by the way. You're not allowed to order anything less than a full English breakfast. So imagine then going to the counter with Gary, who then goes, hello, to Sharon, who's behind the counter, with a fag in her mouth. She's like, "What do you want, love?" And he's like, hello, what are your vegan options, please? Oh my God. Christ, bro, I thought I was gonna get stabbed. I thought I was gonna die. I don't know how I made it through the week. But actually it was 2 weeks. I did my C+E as well. I thought I was gonna die. And I'll tell you now, I am absolutely non-judgmental, and I am still, to this day, non-judgmental about people that are transgender, LGBTQ+, whatever. I do not give two shits. However, I have become a little bit judgmental of vegans, and as a result of it, I used to quite happily get my full English breakfast and sit opposite Gary, purely because it wasn't because I was rubbing it in his face because I'm an arsehole. It was because he was an arsehole, and he would make me feel bad by dropping in things whilst he was sitting there not eating anything, because truck stops do not cater for vegans. Not interested. He would sit there drinking his coffee, and he would just look at me going, "That was walking around a field once, probably less than a month ago." And I'd be like, "We're classmate." I don't agree with animal suffering and all that, and ethically, yeah, whatever. But do you know what? I don't put it onto people, and you shouldn't have done it, and that's why I'm now a little bit judgmental of vegans. So anyway, that's my little vegan story I've been trying to tell you for 3 days. I hope it made you giggle a little bit, but that was a bloody nightmare. So yeah, imagine that. Me in the truck, I was walking into these truck stops, I was doing press-ups every morning to try and make myself look massive, just to be trying to outweigh the vegan and everything else that was just absolutely being judged by everybody in the truck stops. Anyway, all fun times. Yeah, it's fun times. We're not dead. Right, guys, I'm going to end this little video there. It wasn't that interesting. Do you know what? That car wasn't even that low. I thought it was going to be really low, which is why I got all the bits of wood out. Turns out I didn't even use the wood to get it off, because it just didn't need it. Look at that. That is a lot closer than it looks. I can't really be bothered to put you back on the mount, so I'm just going to block the whole road here. But we've got flashy lights. We can do that, and then we can do whatever we want. I'm absolutely overwhelmed and blown away by the comments and the love that I'm getting from you guys, so thank you very much for all that. I'll see you on the next one. I don't know when that'll be, but it'll be soon, and what an adventure we'll be on. Actually, it'll be the Transit. I'm doing the Transit, so by the time you've watched this, I should already have the engine out. Thank you very much, guys. Stay safe. See you on the next one.
I spent just waiting for a wonder.
I didn't know you were still there. Did you see that? Fucking hell, I'm still filming. Wait, let me turn that off. I'll get a copyright infringement. I didn't know you were still there. I've literally just been done by the... You know them people? I can't believe you're still there. I was coming into a little town there, and there's all those people that stand in high-vis vests with their own speed gun, and then they can get your details off the DVLA. and they send you a letter saying you were going too fast. I was probably doing like 34. I don't know if you saw me at the brakes. I was probably doing about 34. But I've just watched them as I pulled into the yard. They've literally just taken my bloody reg down. So I'm not going to get any points or anything. Oh, I can't believe you still. I was going to put the camera on to tell you about it, but you were there the whole time. I've got to try. Watch this. What, can you see that? Oh my god. Oh my god. I am just. I scare myself sometimes. There you go, Ronnie. You're home. You're home, Ronnie. Park you next to Reggie, your buddy. Yeah, so that's me gonna get a strongly worded letter. I might just go and wheel spin past them in me. Just dump some air out. Right, it's not very often you guys get to see this little bit. This is me finishing. Yeah, I didn't know. Oh, they've got me before them people as well in my van. I think it was in the van, and I was like, oh, do you know what? It is morally wrong. Like, the thing is, the police wouldn't give a shit about like 33, 34, but they do. They send you a strongly worded letter. And I get it. They want to slow people down in their village and that. But anyway, right. Unfortunately, guys, this really is the end. Well, Christ, that was ominous, wasn't it? This is the end of this video. So, thank you for coming along, and I will see you on the next one. Well, look, I don't want to make you dizzy. I'm going to take you off there. We'll see you on the next one with that bad boy. Hooray! Reggie's getting it. Not in a weird way. Right, take care, guys. Much love. I just stopped and asked them. I'm in my Mini now, my manly Mini. I just stopped and asked those people in their vests. I said, "Oh, was I speeding in my truck?" She went, "Were you in the recovery vehicle?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she went, "Yes, I'm afraid you were." Well, I know full well that I wasn't doing more than 33, and my speedo's calibrated, so I definitely wasn't doing more than 33. So do you know what? If 33 mile an hour is my biggest failing today, is my biggest sin, then I'll take it. I'll take it. And I went, "Do you know what, guys? No worries." I was like, "Watch me on YouTube. Watch yourselves on YouTube." I should have filmed that bit, shouldn't I? So then as I drove off, I put it in sport mode and then accelerated to 30 really fast. I made it pop as I changed gear. It's just because I'm a little boy, really. But yeah, so we're gonna get a strongly worded letter from the local people, which is fair, innit? Do you know what? You shouldn't be speeding.
Don't look before you leave. What you give, you get to keep. So long, farewell, bye bye.